Hey folks, Carl here and welcome to episode 6 of the King Tiger build by Meng. I forgot to do it, part 6. So we are finally getting on to the photo etch, which is back here. We are finally starting to do photo etch now. I've never done photo etch before, so this will be all new for me. So hopefully we shall get all these covers done and all the rest of it, get all this photo etch on. This looks like it might be fun down here. We've got to bend some photo etch, but thankfully there's a tool on the sprue for doing that, so we'll see how we get on with that. And yeah, it's finishing off adding all the jewellery, all the tooling onto the tank, and then it's onto doing parts of the back turret and adding lights and things like that. So I shall stop waffling, and without further ado, let's get on with it. Okay folks, we are on to the photo etch, and as you can see I've already cut out one piece just there and had a test fit on this piece here. Zoom in, get away from those lights. So we have done one piece. This is the first time I've ever done photo etch, so it's all new to me. And I've seen a lot of places saying you should use super glue. So I've got some super glue, and it didn't really work that well, to be honest. So I tried the Tamiya extra thin, and that seemed to work better. It takes a little bit longer to dry, but it's actually stuck to the piece a lot better, and it's a lot easier to use because it's thin. So in order to cut the photo etch out, I've got always the wrong way, something hard to cut it on. So this old pallet here, upside down, and it's just a matter of getting your craft knife, a really sharp knife, or a very sharp pair of scissors, accurate scissors, and very, very carefully and slowly just cutting the tabs off, just by running your blade across it. Lots and lots of little strokes. This is the way best way I've found to do it. I suppose you could get another piece of plastic and rest it on top in the right place, and then you can press a little bit harder, but you run the risk of actually tearing the photo etch. So I'm going to carry on and get these 4 pieces on to the 4 sides of this, and then the circular one onto the center. So this is probably going to take me a little while, so any other issues I come across, I shall pause what I'm doing and start recording and show you what the issue was. So I'll carry on and I shall talk to you shortly. Hey folks, so I've been working through the photo etch and it's starting to, well, actually I'm almost done, but I thought I'd just show you this. If I zoom in, you'll find, well, I'm finding when I cut the photo etch out, I am almost getting what you could class as nubs like there, like that, right there. I don't know if you can pick that out. Not quite as easy to file off as a piece of plastic. So with it being metal, I thought I'd try a metal file first, but you have to be quite forceful with the metal file, so I was in fear of actually bending it in two. So I've just taken my ordinary plastic sanding stick and I've just been going round, pretty much just touching the sanding stick to the photo etch, and you can hear it as it goes over that. You probably can't on there, but as you go over you can hear when it goes over the nub, for want of a better word, on one of these, and there we have it, no nubs. So I just thought I'd stop and show you that. Obviously there are people with a lot more experience of doing photo etch than me on the internet. I went and had a look at a couple of things of like how to cut it and what you glue it down with. So go take a look at the professionals, and or if anyone's watching this that's done lots of photo etching, and if I'm doing it completely wrong, just let me know. I shall probably watch some more videos after doing this. It's bringing out quite a lot of detail, or making it look a lot more detailed than what it actually is. So that is this one done with the photo etch. Now I didn't use super glue for sticking this down, I just used the plastic glue. I do believe that you're supposed to use something like super glue, but these bits on the end have got the nipples for pushing it into focus. So you had something to force the metal into, and on this bit again I put plastic glue down that to me is super thin, waited it to start, get my teeth in, waited for it to start melting a little bit, and then just pushed the photo etch into it, and as you can see it's a pretty solid fit. So maybe it's the right way, maybe it's the wrong way, I don't know. Let's watch some more videos, see what other folk are doing. So anyway, I shall carry on and I shall talk to you shortly. Okay folks, that is the photo etch on parts 14 done. So a little bit shiny there, but if we turn it on its side, it looks pretty good. It does add a lot more detail. To be perfectly honest, I didn't see the appeal of it, but now that it's on, it actually looks pretty good. So there's still some more photo etching to do. We've still got these two big pieces and some of the smaller fiddlier bits, but that's later on in the model. Oh sorry, we're in the build. So part 14 is done. We've got the tow rope on, so now it's moving on to the engine covers on this back plate, and it looks like the driver's hatch down here. So I shall carry on as always. Any issues or any problems, I shall start recording and go through them with you. So talk to you shortly. Hey folks, part B15. If you can see on this here, you have the choice here of parts A14 or parts B17. There's a very slight difference. One is rounded and the other is flat on top. Now I've had a look at a few reference pictures and the way they're doing it here, and they put a round one. You take this piece, because this piece sits on back of the tank here, and then this piece sits there. So I wanted the more rounded one towards the front of the tank. So I've trimmed down the rounded off one and cleaned this up. Now I thought these were going to be a fit to go straight over the top. I'm not going to say it. I thought these would just go straight over the top of this. I thought these were just for locating, but when you actually put it on and try and push it down, it doesn't actually fit on. So it looks as though you have to rest it on top, and there's a very slight gap there, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to flip it over and glue it from the bottom. So just thought I'd show that off. So I shall carry on and talk to you shortly. Okay folks, that is that piece finished. Now if you can see the handle there, when I took it off the sprue, I cut the nubs as close as I could, and then I didn't bother trying and trim them off any more than that. The reason being is I've stuck it into place. Now I shall wait until that is completely dry, and then when I come to trim those off, it should be stiff enough being glued in there, and I've got plenty to hold on to be able to work the knife rather than trying to hold on to that tiny flimsy little handle. Oh wait, try and hold on to that tiny flimsy handle and cut those bits off. I'd probably end up just snapping it or breaking it. I think I did the same thing on the Panther. Actually, there was a lot of flash on the Panther, and I ended up filing the bits like this while they were still attached to the sprue. Because if you try and hold on to that and work on it, you're either going to cut yourself, or you're going to break it, or it's going to go ping and you've lost it forever to the carpet monster. So glue it in place, let it dry, and you've got plenty to hold on to while you work with it. So I am going to carry on and get the main part of the hatch complete. But yeah, it's starting to come along quite nicely. So anyway, I shall carry on and talk to you shortly. Okay folks, we've got a few more bits and pieces done, and again it's starting to get particularly fiddly. So this piece is now complete. I decided to go with the photo etch. You could either go with photo etch in the centerpiece or with this piece. So I thought we've got it, we might as well use it. We've got these covers, and again we've got tiny little hooks that go in each corner. I don't know if some of you follow Mr. Fox, but you might have seen that he's now building the Space 1999 transport, and I think it's around about 18-19 minutes he shows a piece with exactly this piece on it at 1/732 scale. So, and it looks exactly like that. I don't think it's got the little hooks and the handles on, but it's got all of this on. So a little bit of trivia there. So this piece now sits in there like so. I've not glued any of this in yet, so now we have that, all that back panel and the detail done. As far as I can see, the only things left to add at the back of here is the tooling and the bits and pieces on the front of the tank. So we've also gone and completed the driver's hatch. Again, tiny little handles, and in each corner is the smallest bit so far. Let me see if I can actually zoom in and get it to focus. Come on, focus. You see on that bottom one there by my hand, if it'll focus, come on, you can do it. Let's come back out a little bit. There, let's try there. There. That little hook there, that's the smallest piece I've fitted yet. And there was 1, 2, and 3 of them. So yeah, so that is the driver's hatches done. And this sits right on top of there. A really good fit. Like I said, most of this kit is fitting together really well. And the rattling you can hear in the background is my pooch eating his tea, making as much noise as possible, crunching and munching his biscuits. Anyway, so if we look at the instructions, we have completed all of part 15, and we've now, because we've put on the chain, oh no, there's this little bar to put on here, hand tools and a few other bits and pieces, and then we're on to the last little bit of photo etch on this back panel. which is something that actually goes and covers this photo etch here. So I shall carry on, get all the hand tools on, and we'll see if we've got enough time, because we're about 13-14 minutes at the moment. We'll see if we've got enough time to get this done as well before we wrap this video up. So, right, I shall carry on and I shall talk to you shortly. Okay folks, that is the top hull complete. So we are finished all the way up to part 19. There's quite a lot on this upper hull. Let me zoom in a little. There's a heck of a lot more tooling than any other tank I've built. There's bits and pieces all over the place. And of course we've got all the photo etch on the back. These two top pieces here were a bit of a nightmare, and they will not, no matter how much I try, stick down properly. So the plan is I'm going to make them look a little bit damaged. I will fray them up on the edges and things like that. So yeah, there we have it. The top hull is now complete. So we are probably sitting or getting very close to 20 minutes. So I'm going to call this video done, and when we come back we will be starting on, if we move this to one side, so part 20 is putting the two hulls together. We're not going to do that because there are still the glass parts to put in this. They will go in through here, so they sit inside these viewports for the drivers and the machine gunner. So we're not going to seal that onto the base of the tank just yet, because we want to keep it all modular for where we paint it. So we'll be moving on to part 21, which is finishing off this back section here. It looks like it's getting things like the lifting jack and bits and pieces like that. And then there is the front lamp to attach, and then it's on to attaching the guards for the tracks, which again I may paint separately. I'm going to take a look how the tracks go together and all the rest of that stuff. So looking at this, there's not a huge amount to do on these two, so I think when we come back for the, what part will it be, part 7, we will probably get these two done and get into building the actual turret. And of course we need to decide if we're going to use this metal Henschel turret or if we're just going to use the Henschel turret that is on the sprue. Again, this is one piece as well, apart from the very bottom section, which has a bit to go in it, which I think sits inside the turret anyway for the most part. So, as always, I'll get this away. Thank you very, very much for watching and subscribing. It's nice to know that people are watching and subscribing and making comments and giving hints and tips and things like that. It always helps. So, as always, be good, be safe, keep making models, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks again for watching. Ta-ta.